Hello and welcome to another fly tying session with your host Scott. In this session we're going to be tying a fly known as the Floating Fritz. Bit of a story behind this one. This particular fly is the one I've caught my largest ever rainbow trout on. Twice over actually, one after the other. I think it came to 9.5 pounds. Not quite a double figure fish, but you know, good enough. So you can do these in pretty much whatever colour you want, or whatever fritz you've got. But we're going to do this one in the colour that I used to fish regularly for the larger trout. And it's going to be in orange, fluorescent orange. So the thread we're going to use is the fire orange uni thread in 8/0. We've got some orange fritz. This is quite a fine fritz. You can get away with a thicker one. I have to do 3 passes to get the correct thickness with that one. In the vise we've got a B830, which is a 1x or 1 times long shank, in size 12. You can do them in 10, 8. I wouldn't bother with 14 to be fair. Stick to the larger sizes with that. And we're going to need a craft foam or fly tying foam. This is 2mm thick and it's white. You can use foam to match the colour of the fly if you prefer. And you're going to need to cut it for this particular size. You need a strip about 5mm thick and long enough to cover the length of the hook. And then you want an equilateral triangle, 1 centimetre. Obviously change the size for the shape for the size of the hook as well. You need to cut this wedge into a specific shape. So you want to cut it right down the middle, leaving about 3mm from the point. Like that. And then from each point you want to cut to where you've cut to. So you produce that and then do the same the other side. So you end up with this like a swallowtail. That's what we're going for. Or a chevron. It's very hard for me to show you because it's that small, but that's probably the best view. And you tie that in as a tail, and it creates a wake, and it can be quite attractive to the fish. So now we've got our foam cut, we can get started. We're going to come in at the eye with the thread and then bed the hook. Like so. And I've took the barb off this particular fly. It's mainly going to be used on our syndicate lake, so I didn't really, it's going to be catch and release on there for quite a while. The fish have gone in quite small, about 8 to 9 inches. It's going to be a while before we're going to be fishing for keeps on there, so yeah, I'm just making every fly for that fishery barbless, to make it easy to unhook them and get them back safe. Some of you guys fish catch and release all the time anyway, so I'll probably just take the barbs off altogether then in that case, or just buy barbless hooks. So you want to tie this in probably in between where the cut finishes and the point. Loose turn and then pull tight, and then put a couple more in just to lock it in so that it sits up like that. And then you want to get your scissors and get rid of the excess foam. Now you can do this as one cut, so cut the whole foam piece that you need to the right shape, rather than doing it in 2 separate pieces. I've found that it's actually easier to tie it this way. So then you're going to get your shellback This creates a bit of a it's similar to a beetle pattern. So it's a loose turn to get you started, and then pull tight, as tight as you dare without breaking the thread, hopefully. And then again, lock that in. Just bend it over and have a quick look, make sure that they meet. There we go, they meet now. And then obviously you've got quite a bit of excess foam there. I'm going to try and trim that away, try and reduce the bulk. There we go. It's quite a crude lure pattern, really. It's not going to be overly neat. So you want quite a long length for this Fritz. It's about, I'm going to say 6 or 7 mil. Obviously most Fritzes are about 15 mil, so you probably only need one pass with that sort of Fritz. So the idea is you want to end up with it's like a floating blob, as it were. I might do a blob for the next video, as I've got the excuse me, the kit to do it here already. So you're going to tie in your Fritz, and you want to leave a good, probably a double head length there, and you'll see why in a moment. If you want a nice neat head on this fly, then you're going to have to sort of worry about leaving yourself some room. So to start with, you want to do close turns of your Fritz, and you just want to secure that with a couple of turns with the thread, and then go back with wider turns. And then the same going forward. And then tie it in. And then trim. There's always one bit that goes forward, don't worry about it too much. And bring your foam over, sort of pinch it round the hook, put a loose turn in, and then pull tight. And lock it in at that end. Now it's up to you. You can leave the head on if you want. That'll create even more disturbance in the water. But in my opinion, I think you should probably cut it off and create a nice neat head with the thread. Cut it as close as you can so it's easy to tie it in and to create a head. It's a bit of foam your side by the looks of it. There we are, that's got it. Yep, it's a nice clean head, and then you want to come in and whip finish. Trim away. And then you want to varnish to finish it off. You might need a couple of coats of varnish. You want a nice clean head. And there we are, everybody. That is the Floating Fritz. Thank you all very much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye for now.